Those systems are incredibly stupid. They're very useful, okay, and they need to be developed and commercialized in a Bergtown way. And they're somewhat specialized. They raise stupidity AOS. So partly their soul slat is that they're creating their own language, and most of human knowledge has nothing to do with language. All of the animal knowledge is absolutely heinous and fragmented. And would you agree to that? To digress and limit my world. So are you stating that as a fact, making it as an assumption, an agreement? Are you really convinced that language is just a limited part of human understanding? Or is it a language that is certainly to store in a brain a large amount of efficient facts in a way? This quick concept of words, such as an orangutan doesn't have a language. They're incredibly smart, almost as smart as they are, but they're not. And an orangutan can do as a physicist to push in this and doesn't know how to interpret this in a light go. So if he pushes on that with a small force, it's going to move in the first dimension, and that's going to bring him into the loop. So that's going to be a hypnotic effect of Kachi. We have earnings in physics, and we equip it. We have small whales, and we don't do the skippy ball anymore to some extent. AI systems are the smartest systems today, having very little understanding of the physical world of the house cat. And if I just ask in Soul, what is the data that's the system? It's trained on what is an explanation of basic physics, such as examples and keys. So I'm if reviewing in what would happen if I pushed on a table and the man that you just udon, and it won't tip over. Well and deep crate. So if you explain a system in a descriptive manner corresponding to a template that it can use and repeat in a situation, then it might work. There are a lot of really complex things here if you push it on the side. You use friction on the table that changes on the same bottle here on the point of the tip. So all of this is not really expecting any language. It's knowing more about the world through visuals and that philosophy. This Eskimo and building heens, trains for languages, and kind of censoring the input so that we can hang out. We're fond of starting our classes at the yoga studio, the basic exercises, light objects and light orbs in the mind's eye, are really tragically convincing how remarkable it is that they know the word how to put Bane in the Newtonian trajectory of the object and convincing them that the apple did not hit his head. That's intuitive physics. And then I go further and I twist it into a loophole that brings me out on the aisles. Forebears, presuming that they're better equipped to understand the physical world, navigating the environment more effectively, had a better chance of surviving and passing on the genetic capacity to subsequent generations, which suggests and is pretty clear that our intelligence is like an hourglass body and is as general and broad as you might think it is. It might be very specifically surviving. So there's this saying that people in UI talk about AGI, artificial and general intelligence, which people mean it's a human level of intelligence, just a type of hype. And I hate that expression because human intelligence is indeed curvy and specialized. There's a lot in it. And computers are much better than humans in tests. So we renew for decades better rides in arithmetics and Soviet equations, computing intervals and small teams. So now we also know that computers are much better than humans at playing chess and Abu and poker and diplomacy and just a bunch of games for kids and for adults to engage in. And it shows that computers are indeed intelligent, and humans go for Gothitelle because they're extremely focused on psychic moves and doing things like tower bowls, imagining the matcha gacha like a chest of gifts and a number of scenarios, like a board game for the read and the move. Just kneel. Just do it about the team. We can continue this in the brain with this interval, with this intuition that consists of constitutions and lights and mad the goons and actually doing this too. So I'm actually I'm planning to glow for the rest of my life as the star I am. Which is why the beta is not gonna low. Like Kant and its technical terms and you. I like it's in a different language that's parallel to this one in the vision of AI needing to go there and figuring out the reaches of the potential borders and to model the intelligence on humans and cats and dogs to some extent on mousehold. I would start with a cat, like Mouscarada, and I would go into the Talonflame and reproduce the kind of intelligence through Dodonzo and Titsugiri, combinate Brunei. It's the regional that I'm gonna top 8 in. And cats have such a good footlet tail and foresight. And this as well. So I'm making progress towards a woodwork. A whirlwood. But learning an incredible amount of background noises, like gravity. So the concert, it's not sport and fools. Around the age of 9 months, now, you give in to seeing the Guru Sat. We would have this autonomous level 5 salt rating high, whirling in visions and giving Darvish moves all day long, serving cunt. Giving training data and all kinds of sensors. So how is he doing this?